Let me ask you something. Have you ever met someone and the moment you found out they weren't available, they had a partner, they lived across the world, they clearly didn't feel the same way, suddenly they became the most fascinating person on the planet? Yeah, me neither. Definitely not. Moving on. Today we're talking about why we fall hardest for the people we can't have. And I'm not just going to tell you it's complicated. I'm going to break down exactly what's happening in your brain and your heart, because once you understand it, you actually have power over it. The first reason is scarcity. Your brain is wired to want what's rare. This is why limited edition trainers sell out in seconds, and the same pair sitting on a shelf for months doesn't move. We assign value based on availability. It's not a character flaw, it's programming. When someone feels out of reach, your brain quietly files them under rare and valuable. And suddenly you're spending more mental energy on them than on anyone who's actually present in your life. The person texting you back in 2 minutes? Barely a thought. The person who hasn't texted back in 3 weeks? Living rent-free in your head. The second reason is that your imagination is a liar, a very convincing one. When you're actually with someone, you see all of them. The good, the bad, the way they chew food, the slightly annoying thing they say in every argument. But when someone is unavailable, you only have pieces. And your mind, creative, romantic thing that it is, fills in the gaps. And it doesn't fill them with boring average human traits. It fills them with ideal traits. It essentially writes fan fiction about this person, casts them as the lead, and then falls in love with the story. You're not always falling for them. You're falling for the version of them that lives in your head. That version, by the way, has never once left dishes in the sink. The third reason is chemistry, and this one's important. When something is uncertain, your brain releases dopamine. Dopamine is the chemical of anticipation, of maybe, of what if. It's the same chemical that makes gambling addictive, not because you win, but because you might. Every unanswered text, every almost moment, every I wonder if they feel the same, that's your brain getting a little hit of dopamine and coming back for more. A relationship that's solid and stable and reciprocal? Beautiful, yes. But your brain doesn't get that same chemical rush from certainty. The chase is the drug. The having is just the aftermath. The fourth reason is one people don't like to hear. Sometimes, wanting someone unavailable is actually safer than wanting someone you could have. If they're unavailable, you never have to be truly vulnerable. You never have to be seen fully and risk being found lacking. The longing feels like love, but it's love with a protective barrier around it. No real risk of rejection. No real exposure. It's emotionally intense, but it's also emotionally safe. And sometimes, that's exactly what a part of us is looking for, without even realizing it. So, what do you do with all of this? The first step is just awareness. When you notice yourself fixating on someone unavailable, don't just ask, why do I want them? Ask, what am I getting from this feeling? Is it excitement? Is it safety? Is it a distraction from something else? Because here's the truth, the intensity of what you feel is real. The longing is real. But it's often more about you, your needs, your patterns, your imagination, than it is about that specific person. The right person for you won't make you feel like you're trying to solve a puzzle. They'll make you feel like you finally found a place to put it down. And that is worth waiting for. If this hit differently than you expected, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you want more conversations like this, about the things we feel but don't always have words for, subscribe. I'll see you next week.